All right, I want to give you an update on where we are with our Florida house search. Now, when you're looking for home builders, they will advertise houses starting in the mid gazillion hundreds of thousands of dollars. That number isn't real. It it's just to get you to go look at their community. I mean, it's highly unlikely you'll find a house for whatever that price is they're advertising on the billboard. Now, once you're in a community, you look at the new home models and you look at their prices. Those prices are just base prices for the house. So it's highly unlikely you'll end up paying only that base price. There are things that get added onto that base price. So you have to buy a lot to put the house on. Any structural changes, you have to go to the design center to pick out your cabinets and your flooring. All that costs money. And a pool. I mean, if you want a pool, it's Florida. You think, I'm going to Florida, I want a pool in my house, right? So all that gets added on top of that base. So we found the KB Plan 3203. It hit all of our immediate qualifications. Then my wife and I got together to plan some of these structural upgrades. And we did it once, just captured some basics to give us an idea. And then we got back together yesterday and went through the list more thoroughly. So we know we want another bathroom upstairs. We want the nook, which is like a breakfast nook off the kitchen, and a covered lanai. The 3-car garage option. A door onto the den, because that's going to be my office, and I need a door I can close. Electricity going out to the back for a pool. The shower for the master bath upstairs. We want that option. Garage door openers, add some windows, a kitchen island, 9-foot ceilings because it makes the house look bigger. A wall to kind of wall off the loft area. Add a linen closet. Extend a vanity in one of the bathrooms. Add a walk through to the garage, so if you're in the garage, you can go through the doorway to get to the backyard. French doors out to the patio. There's a half wall we want removed, cabinet over the sink, and on and on and on. Now keep in mind, these aren't design center items. Design center is where you go to pick out the cabinets you want, or what kind of flooring and what kind of paint, doorknobs and faucets and things like that. That all gets decided later on, and it can easily cost $20,000 or more. Some people will go spend $100,000 at the design center. So, as you're looking at your house building budget, you've got to keep the design center in mind, because it's coming. And you can say, oh, I'm not going to upgrade anything. Then you get in there and you find out, well, I really don't want my kitchen cabinets covered with doors made out of cardboard. It would be nice if they were wooden. And so you end up spending money so you got to be realistic about these things. Okay, so what we were discussing, all these structural upgrades, these are the things that the builder has to know up front, because it impacts how they need to build the house. The seller gave me some prices, and as I'm punching all this into the spreadsheet, it's starting to add up. My wife's reading me this list. I'm putting it in. The numbers are starting to add up here. I realized we just added $50,000 to this house. And the list that my wife is reading from, it just continues on and on. We need this, and the house is missing that, and we have to add this. Finally, I'm like, whoa, wait a minute, time out. What the heck is happening? We just increased the cost of this house by 15%. Now, I understand. The cabinet over top the refrigerator, even though we can't reach it and the cabinet will never be used, the kitchen will look odd without it, so fine. But, a little bit here, a little bit there, all this stuff adds up. Now, we still have a $50,000 pool to put in and a $20,000 design center, not to mention the $25,000 it's going to cost to pack up all of our stuff and move it to Florida and get established down there. And I'm not even thinking about the cost of my wife taking a year off from work, or that I'm going to have to buy a car when I get to Florida. not even thinking about those expenses. I'm just looking at this $50,000 of structural upgrades and thinking, this just doesn't seem right. So we have a meeting with our rep from KB this afternoon. We want to go over the list of structural upgrades to see what's really needed. We also want to talk about some smaller house plans that might be cheaper, because somehow we got to get all this to fit into our budget. Now, if we're willing to accept a smaller house plan that doesn't have a few things we needed, like a spare bedroom or an extra bathroom upstairs or a 3-car garage, well, then we might need to go back through and reevaluate all those house plans we rejected because they didn't have those features. We spent weeks analyzing and poring over the data to reach this point, and now it's just a bit frustrating to find out we may have to go back through all that data and look at it a second time. So we have a lot of work ahead of us as we try to figure this out. That's the update of where we're at. Please wish us luck.